Yep, so we out here, back again. Why are we out here? We here.
We're inside.
We're inside. Doing another episode of Bible with the Kings. So this happens to be episode 25. Yeah. So we're glad to be back. And we're talking about relationships. And yeah, what about that, man?
Hey man, well, to get that off the record, we're not only talking about like romantic relationships, we're talking about friendships, lovers, and family. So yeah, I think let's start off with family.
So we're talking, man.
Yeah, we are talking.
I thought we were just talking. We want to have the talk.
Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people are going to relate to this because like it's close to home basically. So yeah, the first thing I wanted to ask you, like, family, you know, not to get too personal or whatever, but like, what's the best relationship you've had, like, with a family member? You know, something that's positive that you always go back to. When times are tough, like, Kanenu Ubani's got my back at home because I've learned this and that from them. You know,
I think growing up, the only, like, in my family, on my mother's side, was Hotman Bukai.
Yeah.
He was like a legend in the family. But he was exiled from the family because of his lifestyle. But he always made it a point for himself, always check after the kids. So he ended up leaving home after he got chased out. He became a radio DJ, or he was working in a radio station, I think YFM at the time.
Yeah.
And anytime like anyone would drop new music, he'd send me CDs from wherever he was, send me CDs. So I had collection of Zola, Aksakono Joe, she was like an R&B singer.
Oh shit, that's nice.
Joe and everything, and that's where my love for music grew. So I think if there was anyone who gave me time and wherever he was, I felt like he had my back, it was him. Yeah, man. And unfortunately I lost him. But what I've taken from him is stick with family, guy, no matter how difficult it gets. With time, we get through other things, and if you can't help it, you stick with the ones that stick with you. So that's what I took with it from him, and that's what I've been about, man. And he was all about positivity, minus negativity. No matter how hard it got, he was just that one guy, man.
But like talking about minus negativity, I mean, as much as you had him like as real positive in the family and that taught you like a lot of stuff and gave you like all this music, you know. So I'm sure there was that one person or those like certain type of people like a family where you just look at them and then you're like, man, like the more they're born or the more you speak, you just take me back to like bad days and all of that. You know, like that toxic relationship with Umunje and your family. Because I know I have people like in my family like that, you know.
You know what? With what you're talking about, I've learned now that I'm older that most of the negative things that I get from family are not things that I created myself. Usually it's relationships of older people, like my parents with their siblings and things like that.
Yeah.
And then you end up being caught in the crossfire of that. So I made peace with Eza and Okubo, but obviously they have affected like any other person because you don't understand at first, but as you go up, you like whatever.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think for most people, Nyani, like if you're having like a bad relationship with like a family member, like probably 90% of the time, okay, these are not facts, but I'm just estimating like 90% of the time, like if you come on the family, it's not even about you. It always comes from like like someone no tata no mama, and then
I mean
all of a sudden like they look at you like
down.
Yeah, it trickles down, and then now you're the target. Is now looking at you like fuck you, what like getting down, you know.
Then you're just taking it all as a gift. All these events there of as crossfires that you caught, all these strays and all these things that were never explained to you.
Yeah.
You carry them, and some of them can be very detrimental to your self-esteem, how you think about yourself, and all
your
this
self-belief, man, just everything, yeah, like Because I feel like if you know love from Indlin, or if you know hatred from Indlin, then you're gonna take it like out there.
Yeah.
So I think like most the ways negative that actually happen like inside families, they're not really addressed. Because now
And they never are.
Yeah, because now as a young person, when you're gonna try to want and understand, but at the same time, no pride, and they're not gonna listen to you because like you're a child, and that's how like most black families operate. Because like now you can't talk to Dala, reprimand, or wrong, or you don't like this, you don't like that, because umdana and akulu man, all you have to do is sit down, you just energetic, like sit down there with my techniques. Because as soon as you speak up, then you like disrespectful.
Like, okay, what do you do in those situations where you feel like, say, you're harboring a lot towards someone in your family, because of how they treated you, or how they treat you even now? Like, what do you do to deal with that?
Well, for me, like personally, I'm always that person. Like if in a bad, or if I'm having like a bad relationship with someone, especially with family, because I really love family, and to me, family is like the most important thing.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, because that's where I belong, But if there's trouble where I belong, then I try as much as possible to avoid, like the complications and having an altercation with Dala and all of that. But I mean, if you're in if you're like 5 years older than me, then at least I can address it, because at least Sabanai understanding, like, But like if you're Dala, I swear to God, dog, I don't even go in those grounds, because as soon as I speak about Ngwetile, and I'm very outspoken, so, and I'm very straightforward as well. So I feel like if I speak to Dala and I never liked how you used to talk to me when I was this age. I never liked Lendo at this certain stage in my life. What you like, comment about my sibling, about my parent, or whatever. It's that type of stuff. Because if they address alone, then it's gonna escalate to, that's bigger than me. And then now I'm gonna seem like the person that's like causing trouble in the family.
And you really don't want those situations where you put on the spot with family.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that person or but okay, well, we've gathered today because like whoa.
Has it ever gotten to a point whereby you feel like, say, now I am the black sheep of the family? Like, whoa, at this moment, I
think that once happened when I was close to like Oluka, so like 16, 17. Yeah, 15, 16 actually, 15, 16. I remember Dan Kala, Puma Namachita, Puma is in staying up late, FIFA the whole night, and then also exciting like 5 exciting like and I'm like, man, I did not cause any trouble. Like, why is this a problem? Like, why is my fun a problem to like abantu? But I mean, obviously at that time I realized, but for them it's all about safety, and obviously like doesn't phone, so like phone but I was never like really on it, because I was trying to enjoy like what was happening in that moment. So yeah, I think I'm 6 to 7 months. Whatever I do, it's just wrong.
Yeah.
But she played like a fucking sandwich, dog. Like what you sandwich you beg. Oh, I'm you get a job. Get a fucking job. At that point, I thought, you know what? Maybe if me. It was that bad. It was really that bad, and I was having, and now obviously I started developing an attitude, especially towards my dad, because he's more aggressive and before he says anything, and I couldn't understand, like, nigga, you have a mouth, like, why can't you say, but But yeah, man, it was like,
I don't know,
when have you ever had
You know how a parent can be a parent to you, but they can be the coolest person to someone
else, yeah.
That's my dad and my mom. They're very cool with other people, but with me it just gets very, very complicated.
Yeah.
And they're very controlling as well, like what they want from me.
So it's all that pressure.
What they expect from me. And bear in mind, I'm a person of my own. I mean, I have expectations of myself, what I want for myself. And whenever you bring those conversations up, from high school, about what do you want to be when you grow up, you don't know, I think you should do this, and they insist.
Yeah.
And I mean,
so already say change. Do this, do that.
For me, it got like so bad, It got so bad that I had episodes in school like where I was fucking angry and fighting everyone.
Shit.
I could fight everyone. I was chaotic towards an established character. Like a hostel that fuck this kid. This kid is just basically what had happened was it was over food, man, something trivial, giving us baked beans and toast.
Fucking hell.
So,
yo,
and then
what?
They'd ask me,
that's like prison food.
Yeah, so they'd be like, it says, okay, you should pray. And then while I was praying, I said, dear Lord, I pray that they give us better food. And the whole hostel was up in arms.
What?
Now, the gut part about that was that when I did that, one of these guys who, like, does whatever, but it's one of the guys that look after you there. Patron,
oh yeah.
Yo, this guy just came, my guy, from Patswood Kwapa like a fucking child, put me on the wall, my guy.
Yes, sis.
Yeah, man, and it was a rack, my man.
So he fought back. Fuck this nigga.
Self-defense, my G. And then I was expelled I was suspended for a bit. And my parents were like, say, kid, like, be about yourself.
Yeah.
Use patterns. With family, I just think that it's important that we, both young and old, and whether we have good blood or bad blood, let's allow each other the space to openly communicate about things that we like and don't like, and get to a healthy conclusion that is conducive of family setting.
Yeah.
Because this thing of having family members, what is like say, it's not healthy, and then it also forces you in a position of growing up and having to pick sides, whereas there's no need for such.
Yeah.
And imagine you bringing a child, hopefully you have a child, into an atmosphere like that.
Yeah.
And having to explain to them why they can't
be back,
go to a cousin that they happen to really love, or why they can't go to their uncle in Australia.
Yeah, I personally, for me, I think I'm very grateful that the family I was very loving, and I grew up in a very positive environment. You know, hey, bro, like I really love my people, man. Like I really do love my family because from both sides, actually, mom and dad, like
they're cool people.
Yo, they are very fucking cool people.
I've spent some time with them, man. It's nothing but love. Every time you're there, you never want to leave. My God.
Also, I think that's one of the reasons why I have a good friendship with you. I think the first time I made my decision, okay, cool, also only as a friend. I think Sasahlala back at Rez.
City Edge.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, we've known each other from back home.
Yeah, but at that time we were never really in like same spaces or whatever. I just knew him because he knew Ban, and I was like, oh, cool. I know this guy. And then coincidentally, Rez, from a room that was in my room, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And we literally shared like a room, you know. And back then, also like Sasna fun, and we hadn't really gotten along because I was already in Cape Town. I was already used to Cape Town, and then when we came in a year later, and he was still trying to adapt to his music. Wow, no, I've already adapted, and I already know, okay, this is the type of friendship I want. And I had already had best friend, which was Usipe, and I was very very enclosed into welcoming in like new people because I never really liked a big squad, you know. So yeah, also moved in. Sasala, and then at some point we started sharing groceries, you know. So we started sharing groceries, we started cooking for each other, and like your food, and then I cook, make sure okay, chili plate, kabuya. I know you're probably gonna be hungry. I'm like, yo, Fit, by the way, there's a plate in the oven. I was like, oh, okay, thanks, Fit. And now I'm like, when I come back later, as long as it's cooked, and yeah. And then we started going out together. Yeah, I remember this one time. I think we went to Shares. So we go to the club. Was it Shares?
Was it Shares or I don't know, Shares or Bob's?
Probably Bob's or the first. Actually, we had a bash in Reds. I remember that night. We had a bash in Reds, and you know we got the Knicks. We were chilling, so all the goons were together, you know. And some couple of friends, like female friends, you know, it was a good time, man. Like Reds, you know, living reckless. Let's go. So pull you in. Zonga gets naked, I get naked. We go out and we start mingling, you know, dancing, and then and then the following morning we had to go buy ukudya because you know hangover and all of that. But like just turned out ukudya, and then we came back with Sipa and everyone. So we're just chilling there, eating. And at that moment, I was like, you know what? As much as there are a lot of people that I go out with and probably chill with them for like the longest time, I never really consider them as friends because some of the stuff people say, man, you know, for I think in friendship are just based it off empathy and your sentiments and the type of things that you love. We might not love the same things, but in those I need to make sure, okay, cool, like we Lendo because it's very good for you, for your health, and so if it was a time I don't think I can be friends with that person. And I'm not judging anyone about Tandis, but like for me personally, I don't ever want to associate with Tumunjan. So I think and we were having conversations, man. And back then we really loved talking about
heads in the clouds, bro.
Yeah, man. We just talking about our goals, our future, and talking about family, which was a good thing because I got to know Zonge and I got to know other people in his family that I never met. And by the time that I was very comfortable because of how he speaks about them. So yeah, that's when I started deciding, okay, cool, yeah. Now this is a friend because also I remember fucking eating noodles, pasta. Oh man, I used to hate that shit.
Man, listen.
So yeah, I think also that's another big thing about the friendship. If you like through the good and the bad times, if you're there, that's your nigga.
Yeah.
That is your nigga.
For me, I think it's pretty much the same thing. But when I got to Cape Town and I was like, I'm sharing a room with you, I was like, yeah, it's a relief because it's not like there's no pretense there. I can't lie to you and say because you already know we come from the same town. Okay, even though we don't know each other that well, for me it was like so that's what I show myself. Unfortunately, because I couldn't leave and all Lupa, so it became easier to talk to you gents at the time, and it just kept on growing. And as time moved on, I mean, you already set up the Kapa and you had your own life going on and stuff like that. So I couldn't be forceful, but I appreciated the fact that you took your time. It didn't feel like I was being shut out or whatever. You know, we could chill and talk, listen when we hadn't established that friendship.
Yeah.
And then we grew. And when I say grew, we grew from challenges. I mean, I knew a year where it was like, fuck, this is a dark place for both of us. It was dark.
Yeah.
We were just drinking. Like, 2 months, we were just drinking. And it was because of like shit that was happening around us, the shit that was being said, and a whole lot of dark. It was dark, man. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but this guy had
depressing dark
and had an accident. He was going through it all, and on my side, I kept losing the closest people to me, and I started, like the hurt from that started manifesting different things, and they weren't really healthy. And the one thing that I liked about our friendship is that when those things were happening, it was an opportunity that I saw. I think you did first, and then he bought me like a t-shirt. Man, when he did that thing, I still have that t-shirt back home, bro. I felt so good, bro, because it was like a lot of bad shit was happening, but he still took the time to fucking buy me a tea. I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. Shit. And then
yeah, and at that stage, like we both needed something that Jay was just gonna take us out of the state.
And then we also started like taking each other out. Just the two of us would go like, except for let's go have a drink or whatever. Come on. And then from that, I noticed as time went on, we started doing more productive things with our time, with Help a Girl.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things we've ever done.
And then
Help a Girl.
Yeah. Well, for people who don't know, so Help a Girl started in 2015, right?
Yeah, 2015, July.
And then
Was it July?
Yeah.
June, July for August. Yeah.
We collected pads, clothes, books, sanitary products, and we went to different girls' shelters around town. And whilst doing that, I mean, this was, bear in mind, was when we were still in the pits, but we told ourselves, let's do this.
Yeah.
And while doing it, we also like found a reason to keep going on, you know, because now we had committed ourselves to something, and this thing had to happen annually, and it kept pushing us. And then the minute we started doing that, we also branched out in doing other positive things.
I think one of the most important things about a friendship is that it rubs off to like other people. You know, when people see you with your friends, and then they just looking in admiration, but oh God, like how do they do it? Like what is it that makes a friendship so good? Of course, like not everyone is gonna think this, but I've had people asking me, but yo, like how did you guys meet, and nizichomi njani, and like do you guys have like ezinichomi? Of course I used to get this with Usipe as well, and then ended up with no Zonge. So it starts rubbing off you have a good relationship with someone and you guys treat each other well, because from the outside, if a banana is nizichomi and they can actually pull up and say that, then that means we actually like on the right track, like of Ichomi, and there's no pretense.
Yeah, but there's not to say that we haven't had our fallouts. We've had our fallouts as well, but
guys, we strangle each other. I think that's one of
I think one of the worst times was us Uber.
Yeah, I know that day. Yes, we were both naked, we were both angry, we were both unnecessary.
Yeah,
but it had to happen.
I don't know exactly what it was, but he was annoyed over something. Okay, like for those of you,
I really don't remember what happened.
But for those of you, I have a white person sloshed. Yeah. And Rebub's fruit man, like he doesn't like the eyes. You know? So it's two contrasting people right here. Cool.
Yeah, and it was not even bad, but I mean, we were just annoyed at each other. No, got irritated, but can you stop? And then Alum was like, can you fucking stop? And then it ended up to take out a room to my kajab. Next thing, I will fed me wrong. Now imagine this
all the way from a town which is by Shares, where Shares used to be, to fucking Woodstock. Dog, Debonaires. That's like what? 10-minute trips here,
dude. Like woke
up in the morning feeling so light, so light.
You know when you just released like feels, but okay, cool.
Yeah.
Finally woke up like fresh. I feel like that's what happened.
This is not to say that it's been an easy road. It's been challenging, but we made it work. A real friend is, I'd say, this is what I've learned, and I'm gonna go with it, is when you're wrong and you're called out, accept responsibility. Come on, transparency is always key, because we're not both thinking the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
So he needs to know where I'm at in terms of what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling about certain things. Come on, respect. I think that's the most important things, because nothing will work without respect. And then communication, man. I mean, he's a person, I'm a person. We need to talk about things.
Yeah.
Because if I leave gaps, he's gonna assume things that might not be true, or I might assume things that might not be true. So communication is always very key, and that's the one thing I've appreciated with Apelele. Apelele doesn't just leave things in the air. He says, I don't like a certain thing because of A, B, C. So he really goes above and beyond in explaining what it is he doesn't actually like.
I think for me, what makes Ichomi, like, I think it's how you guys have each other's backs. Like, if I'm in trouble, and if first, second, and third nature I Ayitibana call this person, then I don't think that's really a friend.
That's true.
Like, first nature I'm okay, call a family member when I'm in trouble, or when I'm having like a good time, or when I have good news. Family member, Ichomi, and a lover. So if Ichomi, Ayiko, Apo, like in any of those divisions, then I think that's not a friend to me. Because why would I share bad news with you if I know, Bana, you're not going to comfort me, and I know, Bana, you're not going to, like, I was going to tell you Nix, that's going to make me feel better. And why should I share some good news with you if I know, Bana, you're going to take it like a certain way, you're always going to feel like I'm bragging, you know?
That's true. Like, and also, like, I think, in terms of what you're saying, you get tired of hearing the same generic things.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going through like real things. And then you're like, no, man, goes about right.
Yeah, like you really don't need that, but I know it's about grand. Like, of course I know I'm about grand, but like, can you just tell me something about it? Can you just give Jay an ear, and get through that? But yeah, I think that's what makes a friendship to me. You guys, like, through the good and the bad times, stay together, get each other's backs, and of course support each other, guys, like by any means. Support and motivation is like one of the best things you can do for someone, because even if you can't support Mali, but like Jay Moran, you know, just be there for them, man. So yeah, that's friendship to me. And yeah, so we spoke about family, friends, and yeah, let's get to lovers, bro. I feel like this topic is like,
you can miss me, bro. Take the elbow.
So what's up, dog? Are you still in a relationship? Are you single? What's going on, man?
To be honest with you, I'm in an I don't know space. I'm like in limbo.
So you're just floating there,
I'm floating around. I mean, the last time I got a text was 3 weeks ago. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. So maybe that means I'm single, you know?
I don't relate.
How's it going with you, man?
I'm in a happy relationship.
Hey.
I'm happy. Speaking of happy, I'm growing.
Speaking of which, hey man, I think you've grown, man.
Yeah.
I've been around long enough to know that you haven't always been this Apelele. Oh my God.
Yeah, you see me 3-4 years ago.
No, I'm not saying that you've just been bad. I've seen girls being like horrible, man. Horrible partners just in general. But I feel like now you have yourself a great partner, someone who actually matches your steez.
And matches the energy.
Steez Bigo. So how's that, bro? Like, how is that?
It's been good, dog. It's going to like, what, 6 months now? Yeah. It's only been 6 months, but it feels like forever, because, you know, we happy, and it's not always like good times, but I mean, through those bad times, I actually get to like learn a lot from her, and she gets to learn a lot from me. Character-wise, the decisions we make, you know, with communication as well, you know. And yeah, like we're still getting to know each other, because it's only been 6 months, so angamazi ngambana okay, ezinye izinto angazithatha njani. So they're just those baby steps sometimes, because she's her own person and I'm my own person.
What I like is when I first saw you two together the first couple of times, I was like, what did I say?
You said you guys are gonna date. And I was like, nah.
He was fighting.
I don't wanna date.
He was fighting.
Because at that time I had just gotten out of a relationship with my previous person. And so, you know, open a relationship was you're just tired of like of the dating scene. You just want to be single for like a long ass time. You want to mingle, you know, you want to go out there, you want to party, you want to distress. And then, like, when I met her, like, after longer like Kesha, well, while I was still going through the process of trying to mingle or whatever, and I was still being in denial, but nah, I don't want to date. I'll probably date in like 5 years. And at some point, I think she was like, man, this nigga's just wasting my time because he doesn't want to date. And for her, I think was Ujola, because obviously for her she was single, and now I'm not single, but like I just gotten out of a relationship, so it was bad timing then. Until I got over it and I was like, you know what, it's time I accept it, do it. Like, this person's great, I like her, and she likes me, I respect her, and yeah, I think it's gonna work. So I was like, you know what, let me just give it a try, man.
Yeah. So what's your longest relationship been?
My longest relationship was like 3.5 to 4 years.
Shit.
Yeah, this was from like grade 11 up until sometime varsity. Yeah.
That's when boys are Tim Lennon.
It was one of those long ass toxic good relationship. Like, I don't know what to call it, but like, yeah, it was quite long. But I mean, through that long time, we kept up breaking up and going back together, you know. Yeah, that type of shit. How long was yours, bro? You sound like you're gonna say 2 weeks.
How long is the day, bro? Like, how long is the day, bro?
Fucking 24 hours.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think my longest, if I can consider that a relationship, because it was very touch and go, but I'd say a year and 2 months. I wouldn't say it was one of my
That's quite long though. Well,
it is if you waste these times. I think that's quite long if you're wasting time as well. So
wow. But what's the best thing you've learned from that relationship, like in that specific time?
From that one, nothing. From the one from
oh yeah,
I'm telling you, man.
Yes.
But from the one I had now.
Yeah.
It's great to be prioritized. It's great to be cared for. It's great to be with someone who invokes something in you enough for you to want to take action and to make
that's fucking dope, bro.
So that was the type of thing that I had there, and with that one I won't say like anything negative because there's a lot of questions behind it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put anything bad on it because it was the greatest whatever, for however long it was very great, and I learned a lot from it in terms of growth. So that's what I learned, and I'm in a very welcoming and open. I was very reluctant before I met her.
Yeah.
But now I'm in a very open-minded thing because I know for a fact that there's nothing forcing a person to be with me. If they want to be with me,
and they will, willingly so.
Yeah. So what about you, folks? What is the best thing you learn? Because it's a continuous thing for you. Still learning. So what are the best things you've learned so far?
Lead by example.
Ooh.
Like, that's it. If you want umdu wako to be in a certain way, then do it. And then if you're blessed enough to find someone that's very attentive, then obviously they'll follow. It's like teaching someone a love language, yako. I can't expect you to buy me gifts if I don't buy you gifts. And you can't expect me to spend time with you when you don't initiate spending time with me. So yeah, that's really what I've learned in relationships. And obviously, man, if you want to make something work, well, you will. Like if you
Yeah, and also what I learned was patience, my guy.
Yeah, no, you have to be patient with women, bro. Oh my god!
That's why. Remember those fucking video calls I was on every day, bro?
Yeah, bro. You gotta do that sometimes. Every time. Yeah, like, and you have to compromise in relationships. Jane was being bomb up 8, and when I was really nigga get in bed, bro. Lala. You know, so yeah, man, that's relationship for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fair to like go and since we've spoken about all these things, like if we want to beg on relationships and friendships and family into like a list, which one is the most important and which one? Okay, so I wouldn't say the least, but like which one is the most important?
Since it's your
number one.
This is not to say that any one of these is more important than the
Yeah.
But I would say that the most important one would be your friendship. Because I feel like with family, they have set a foundation for you that won't go anywhere. Come on.
Yeah. Then what's number 2?
Lovers, man.
So it's friends, lovers, and family.
Family is just their set in stone. They've set the foundation. Come on.
Now for me, I think I'd put family like number 1. I'm a very family oriented person because that's where I belong. Like if ngalahleka emazweni and
You know where to
denze
go.
izinto eziphambeneyo okanye when the going gets tough, I know where to go, bro. Like I go home. You know, that's family for me. And as I said earlier on, I'm lucky enough to come from like a very loving and very open-minded family. I think I'll put family number 1, friends number 2, because obviously outside of my family, I need people to relate to. Because as much as the siblings is it too, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm friends with them. So yeah, man. And then lovers is number 3 because they come and go, bro. Like, yeah, they really come and go, and you know, your time for like a third person outside of the family is very conditional. Because as much as Lundu umtanda, but both of you guys come from different backgrounds, and
There's a lot.
both of you guys have like past childhood. It's kudala mani instill izinto as you grow older. So when you meet someone badala, they might decide they don't care about this, but when you care about that. But at the same time, you're tandana. So you find out, okay, it's not working, then you part ways, or you stick together. But yeah, man.
Anyway, yeah, this has been a hierarchy of relationships. So yeah, we're very curious into what you guys think.
Learning yours.
Yeah, yeah.
We need to know what you guys think.
Comment, man. Hit us up on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and just tell us,
Facebook.
family, friends, or lovers, which one is more important to you, and in which order,
Yeah.
and why.
And tell us why.
Speaking of friends, Vetu, I know that you haven't seen some friends, and don't you want to do a shout out just to let them know that you think about
Yeah, man, yo, I love my friends. I love my friends in Joburg. I love my friends back home, Ekwalini. Shout outs to my nigga from the K-Way.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love all of y'all.
Yeah, siyabulisa nabasegini, nabaseBhayi,
That's
naseMonti.
it, that's it, everywhere.
Everywhere. We love you guys. Yeah, man. Yeah.
But yeah, keep subscribing.